Welcome to the video tutorial for Google Apps for Education at Essendon Keilor College. In this video we're going to have a quick look at how you log into the platform and some of the features that we have, and particularly how to get a classroom open and how to invite students into that classroom. So the first thing that we need to do is open your browser. I'm going to suggest Google Chrome, and I'm going to go to www.edustar.vic.edu.au/Google, and I log in using my Edgemail credentials. Now, interestingly enough, even though you log in with those credentials, it does actually create an email address for you. That email address is your TO number at education.vic.gov.au. Now, you won't necessarily need that email address, but it does create it because you need to have an email address attached to your Google account. So if, like me, you have multiple Google accounts, every now and then it may ask you which account you're signing in with, and you would select, obviously, the account with your TO number in it. And if it ever asks you for a password for that account, it's just your Edgemail password. But it's not likely to do that, particularly if you go in through www.edustar.vic.edu.au. Okay, so this brings us to this screen here, so we can see all of our options. We're going to focus on Classroom, Groups, Drive, and Forms, and we'll learn about docs, slides, and sheets in the process of doing that. But for this particular tutorial, I'm going to click on Classrooms, and we're going to create a classroom. And we're going to see how we can get the student to join it. So this will bring up all of my different classes that I've had over the course of my time, the 2 weeks I've been in Google. Now, if I wanted to enter these, I can simply click on those and it will take me straight to it. But I want to create a new one, so I click on the plus up the top here, and there's two options: join class, create class. Now, out of interest, if you join a class from this screen, it is always going to join you at the student level. So you don't necessarily want to do that unless, of course, you want to be in it as a student. But if you want to add someone to be a co-teacher or something like that, we'll find out how to do that in just a moment. For the time being, though, we're going to click on Create Class, and I am going to call this Google Video Tutorial. Not even sure what they want us to write in section. I think we can sort of put year 11 in there if we want. And down here, we pick our subject. I'm going to pick it as Digital Technologies, and I'm going to create that group. So it does just take a second to put this together, but it will take me directly into my group and show me the stream or the main screen that's available to students when they log in. Okay, so first thing that we can do, we can customize this a little bit. So select theme. We'll come up with a bunch of different options. You can upload your own as well. Let's go with the person and paint theme. So I'll click select on that, and you can see that's changed the overall appearance of my screen. So really briefly, the menu up here is our Google Classroom menu. That will take us to any of our classrooms we like. We've got our global navigation on the right hand side, so that's all the other apps. That's our notifications, and this here is which account we're in. So there you can see my TO number at education.vic.gov.au account. Down here at the plus is obviously where you click to add content to your page, and up the top we've got these three menus here, which is what we're going to have a quick look at now. So let's try and get a student into our classroom first. So I'm going to click on Students, and really simply, just like it does with Edmodo, it creates a code for this group. So if you're connected to a projector, we can just click on Display, and there we go. There is the code for my group to join. They can all type that in. They would enter via the same address as we do, and they'll just click on the plus and join a class, and they'll use that code. But what I've done for the purpose of this particular tutorial is I have Anna Jackson logged in to Google as well, and in Internet Explorer. So I'm in Chrome and she's in Internet Explorer down here, and I'm actually going to join her to this group. So I'm going to click on the plus, I'm going to click join class, and I'm going to paste that code in, and I will just simply click on join, and she will instantly be in this group. So she's joined the Google Video Tutorial Classroom as simply as that. Now you can see she doesn't have as many options as I do. She can create posts and all that sort of stuff, but certainly doesn't have as many options as I do from a teacher's perspective. So that is how you would get students in. You can also invite a student. So I can go up here, and if I know the student's name, so let's say Lachlan Hillier, pops up there. I can simply click and select invite, and that will send him an invite to join as a student as well. We do have options to interact with parents here too. We'll sort of look at that next year once we've got our head around this. And what I can also do here is, let's say Anna's being a bit of a nuisance, I can remove her from the group, or I can also choose to mute her completely. So I can sort of, Anna can still have access to it, but she won't be able to post. And alternatively on the side, I can email the student, remembering that that will go through to their Gmail account that they will have set up through this platform. So that's how we get students into the group. Let's have a look how we get teachers into the group. So in our About section here, this is where we've got access to our Drive, our calendar and all that sort of stuff. This is also where we'll share content with students. We'll see that in an upcoming video. But also down here I have Invite Teachers. So let's say you're sharing this class with another teacher, or you're co-teaching, or whatever the case might be. You can go down to Invite Teachers, you click Invite, and all I have to do, again, type in the student's name, the teacher's name, click on that, and I can invite them. Now, they'll have the same access as you. They are there as a co-teacher. You can have students as co-teachers, so if you have a leadership group and you want the school captains to be sort of teachers of that group, you can certainly create that as well. But for most of our cases, if we are team teaching, you might choose to add another teacher to your class that way. All right, so stream, that's where our feed and our posts come up. We'll look at that in our next video. Students is where we add students, and About is where we can access our resources and where we can add other teachers. So that's basically it for the intro. In our next video, we'll look at some of the further features of Classroom.